What's up guys, I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never and welcome back to another Oscar update. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Okay, so it's actually been a few weeks since I last covered Oscar. It's currently sitting at a $1.71 million market cap. And similar to so many other projects in the market right now, Oscar's just been in major consolidation for several weeks or months at this point. You can see right now that this project truthfully has just been consolidating since January. And if you fast forward a little bit, you can see that it spiked in April, but then since then, it's still just been consolidating. And it's interesting because if you come over here and you look at Shiba Inu, you'll see that SHIB looks very similar to Oscar. You can see that it had this spike in April and then it's forming a very similar structure. Except in SHIB's case, it didn't even come up and double top with this previous high. SHIB actually put in a lower high. If you come back over to Oscar, you can see that Oscar actually double topped. Regardless though, for me personally, this is still a project that I'm very bullish on. I just haven't covered it super recently because there's been a lot of other stuff going on in the market. But to be clear, I am still very bullish on this project. When you look at their X account, they're at 27.9k followers. And I just want to point out that this project has been grinding non-stop for months at this point. Every single day, they are posting on X multiple times a day. And it has quite literally been like this for months. This is exactly what I like to see in a project. Believe me, I understand it's not always fun to just sit here and hold a conviction play. Oftentimes you'll see these brand new projects launch and they have an initial explosion. But the reality is that a lot of the time that is not sustainable. What Oscar is doing is very impressive. There are not many projects out there that have been grinding every single day for months. But that's just the kind of project that Oscar actually is. Not to mention they have massive connections. Just like this post right here from Paradox. You guys have to understand, Paradox was the second person to ever join the Shiba Inu team, only second to Ryoshi, and Paradox is one of the main guys in Oscar. He quite literally created the Shiba Inu logo and the Oscar logo. You scroll down a little bit more and you'll also see posts like this from LC, and LC quite literally runs the Shiba Inu X account, and I'm talking about the Shiba Inu that has 3.9 million followers. And they're only following 42 accounts. You click on that and you'll see that Oscar is one of the accounts that they follow. You can see that right here. And they also follow Paradox, who I was talking about. Again, does that mean that Oscar is going to explode or anything? No, it does not. I just simply want to point out that this project is very well connected. A lot of people running Oscar are the same ones that were running Shiba Inu in the early days. It's a lot of the OG team. That's part of the reason that I am so bullish on this project. They are very well connected. I cannot stress that enough. I know the consolidation period has lasted a long time, and you can say that for a lot of other projects. I just want to put things in perspective. I already showed you the Shiba Inu chart, but you look at a project like Mr. Miggles, major consolidation. You look at a project like Kokoro, major consolidation. Look at a project like Captain BNB, major consolidation. The consolidation is happening all across the market right now. If you come over here and you look at the crypto market as a whole, pretty much only Bitcoin and Ethereum have been pumping. Some of the other high caps have also been doing well, like BNB, like Solana, etc. But especially if you come over here and look at meme coins, a lot of meme coins are down significantly from their all-time high. I just want to put some of this in perspective. If you click on Dogecoin, for example, you can see that Dogecoin is down 67% from its all-time high 4 years ago. If you click on Pepe, you can see that Pepe is also down significantly from its all-time high. Pepe is down 63.6% from its all-time high 9 months ago. You click on Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is down 85% from its all-time high. So do not just sit here and look at Oscar and think that Oscar is the only thing that's bleeding. It is definitely not. A big part of the reason that it's bleeding is just due to overall market conditions. And you can actually see that when you look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. When you look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, you'll notice that we're at 42, which is neutral. However, it was only a few days ago that this was at 39, which was fearful. The fact that the market is fearful when Ethereum is at 4,300 and Bitcoin is over 112,000 is outrageous. That just goes to show how emotional the market is. Back in April, Ethereum was $1,380, and it seems like most people can't understand that. But eventually we're going to see profit rotation. You also have to understand that the next FOMC meeting is on September 17th. So there's a chance that this could cause a major spike in the market. And I'm not just talking about a breakout, but I'm just talking about a volume spike. Because a lot of the market has very low volume right now as well. But if we do see rate cuts, that could be very interesting for the market. Oftentimes it is buy the rumor, sell the news. However, long term it should be very bullish. Historically, rate cuts have been very good for risk-on assets. And obviously, meme coins are definitely a risk-on asset. So this is also something to keep in mind. When you just look at Ethereum, Ethereum is interesting. Ethereum on the weekly time frame is still completely holding support. I've been telling you guys for quite a while to watch this 4,100 to 3,800 range. If Ethereum can stay above this level, then it could be a textbook support and resistance flip. I think it could be very bullish. And then if you come over here and you look at Ethereum on the daily time frame, we actually have a strong Class A bullish divergence. You can see that price action is swinging up into a higher low, whereas the RSI is swinging down into a lower low. Again, that is Class A bullish divergence, and oftentimes that can lead to a reversal. So the main thing that I'd be watching for Ethereum is to see if it can break out of this structure. I would love to see Ethereum break above the 21-day moving average. If that happens, then it can be very bullish for the rest of the market. But honestly, that's about it for the update today. I really just wanted to make a video on Oscar today. And the reason is because I hadn't covered it for quite a while, and I just wanted to make sure you guys understood I am still bullish. This is definitely still one of my favorite plays. I just think overall we don't have great meme coin conditions right now. Most projects across the market are consolidating exactly like Oscar. As I showed you with Shiba Inu earlier, you could argue that Oscar is even stronger than SHIB. But if you guys are interested in Oscar and just getting into projects super early in general, then I always recommend taking a look at my Discord. As a lot of you guys know, we've been printing in here this entire cycle. Some of these plays you could have turned $1,000 into over $200,000. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. It'd be a blessing to have you guys in here with us. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments if you still believe in Oscar long term. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.